Yeah, guys, welcome back. Microsoft Excel day one. The first thing is you have to load your Microsoft Excel. If you don't have Microsoft Excel, try to find one and try to install Microsoft Excel in your computer. I'm not going to lead you through that. Of course, you can look for some videos on YouTube or search on Google about how to install Microsoft. You can also download a trial version or use Office 365, whatever makes you comfortable. Okay, so when you press the start button, okay, you can you can look for Microsoft Excel here. Okay, the fastest way would be like, if you are on a new computer or using somebody's computer, the fastest way would be, I would always do is I type Excel. It will prompt me Microsoft Excel. Then I just click on that and open. This would be your first screen. So I'm going to start with a blank workbook. This is the workbook. Okay, let us quickly get familiarized with the Microsoft Excel interface. The first thing is, this is basically your entire spreadsheet. Okay, this is it is divided into different columns, A, B, C, D, E, like that, and this is divided into rows. It can go up to, see, this is like almost a million rows and lot of columns as well. So this part is known as the ribbon. Okay, if you click on insert, see, this is the ribbon changes accordingly. So we'll be working through all these options, whatever required. This is formula, this is data, all of this. So basically, this is the file menu. These are the main menus we will click. So whenever I refer to ribbon, that means I'm referring to this part. Whenever I refer to menu, that means this part. Okay, whenever I say spreadsheet, I mean this. Whenever I say columns, that means this A, B, C, D, and this one. Okay, this would be the formula bar where we can put our formulas or any kind of data, whatever is in the cell. Okay, one individual, this box is called cell, or this box, all of these boxes are known as cell. Okay, so let us get started now. So let us create some kind of data in Microsoft Excel. Okay, let us create, let me start it with country and sales of 2019, sales of 2020, and sales of 2021. We have these columns. We want to record the country name, sales, and for each year, that is 2019, 2020, and sales of 2021. Okay, so let me type the first as a USA. Let me then call Japan, China, India, Russia. This is of course an other assumption, some kind of assumption. We are going to say, let us say we have 151 to 150,000 sales we had here. In Japan, let us say we had like 90,000. In China, we had like 250,000, or in other words, either 2,50,000, you can also call it. And let us say India, we had 180,000 or 1,80,000. And let us assume some kind of figure, 1,45,000, 145,000, or 1,45,000. And we have similar sales here in 2020. I'm going to just say it, sale has gone up 160,000. Japan has gone up to 100,000. Okay, of course, this is just some kind of data I'm just trying to generate. We will also look, get some real-time data and work on this as well. You can use the arrow marks, okay, up or down key to just navigate through each of the columns. Let us okay, some of the things I want to tell you. If something is in some kind of some column, you want to delete it, just go to that column. Okay, so once you click, you can, one way is you can click on that column. See, it is showing you here whatever data exists in that column. You click on that, you can press simply the delete button to remove it. Okay, and if you want to just use rest of the features of Windows, like if you want to copy any of the columns and things like that, I can use Control C, or I can right click and say copy, and I can paste it anywhere I want. By right clicking, I can use the paste button, paste the value. See, the same thing has been copied. Okay, I can also use the shortcut Control C, and to paste it, Control V. It is the same thing. So whatever makes you comfortable. See, now this, I have a basic data here, right? So I want to format this data properly. See, one is I can just simply drag this and size the column. The another thing would be that I simply select the sheet. Once I click on the left corner here, it will select the entire sheet. Or I can also hold my mouse button down and just drag it to select the required thing. See, here in the ribbon, in the home ribbon, see, we have format. So I'm going to say, I can define a specific width. I will say auto fit the column width. See, it will take whatever size fits to the columns. The another way of doing it would be, I can select this entire thing and I can double click. See, once my cursor turns into this shape, if I double click it, it will automatically do the same thing what we did in the part. Okay, so I am going to create little more space here so that it looks much better. So I'm going to increase the font size a bit bigger, and let us make these columns a little more bigger. Okay, so now we know that this is our data, but this is just our heading. So I am going to click on the first column, hold my mouse button down and drag it towards right. Okay, there are a couple of things I want to do. One is I want to make it bold so that we can identify that this is a heading, and I am going to align it in the center. See, all of these formatting options we will find it here. I can middle it in align in the center, and here also center. This is like, vertical alignment. Okay, see, this is horizontal. So what do I mean by this alignment? See, if I make this one a little bit bigger, this is going to stay in the center. If I choose something else, see, this is coming at the bottom. Here it is going to go on the top. So according to your preferences, you can choose whatever you want. So now this is a simple thing, simple background, but I am going to change the background color for this to make it look different for that. So let me choose some kind of color, whatever you prefer. I'm going to take this color. Okay, and I'm going to choose all of that, and see, this is, we have border options. You can create the borders. So I'm going to take all borders so that it puts a border, a box around each one of the column. So see, now this looks something better, right? So this is how you can do formatting, but I want to also do the formatting for this. See, I can go to general and say, I can separate it by using commas. See, when there is insufficient space in the column, it will turn into hash. The simple solution would be you can just increase the size of the column. See, if you want decimal places, you can just leave it as it is, or you can just simply decrease the decimal places. If you don't want none, you can just click it. If you want decimal places 2 or 3 or 4, you can increase the decimal places, but in this case we are going to simply remove that. Okay, so now we have formatted this using 150,000 rupees or dollars or pounds, whatever it is. Okay, so if you want to make it a specific currency, of course, let us work on this using dollars now. So I'm going to click on the number format dollars, so it will automatically put a dollar sign before this. Okay, so we have done couple of changes here in this formula. So the thing is, we don't have to repeat all the steps here. I can do simply click on this, and I format painter. I just click on this. I say I want how this looks. I want rest of this. Just hold the mouse button, the left mouse button down and drag it and say, so it will automatically see make it like this. This is one thing. And let us quickly add a total for this. I want a total for sales 2019 and sales 2020 as well. So I'm going to create a space here, and I am going to say total sales. Sorry. See, it has automatically done the formatting by itself because we are just placing it to the next column. Okay, so Excel is also, it's a smart tool. It will identify what you have done in the previous column, so it will apply the same formatting by default. Okay, so here I am going to, any kind of calculations we perform, we go to that particular cell and we start with an equal to sign. See, we start, and this is our formula bar. What should be my total? That is, my total should be this. That would be 150. When I click on that, it is going to take the cell reference. If you see here, B2, because this is B and this is 2. So it is going to say, I am telling it, whatever is in B2, pick up that and add that with this one. See, it is taken C2. That is, this is C2. And if I press enter, it is going to, okay. So I'm going to choose this formatting and do this for all of this. See, now it has taken. Now if you click on that, on this column, see, it is showing you a formula, but in this column it is showing you just a, sorry, in this it is showing you a value, but here it is showing you the formula. What is the advantage of formula? Once you do that, let me make a change here. See, I am going to make it $170,000. See, automatically the total changes here. Any kind of change happens in this column or this column, then automatically this happens. The another thing here, now I have to repeat the same formula for all of this, right? So what I can do is I can simply click on this. If I take my arrow mark here, see my cursor here, it will turn into a plus sign. I can hold down the mouse button, I can simply drag it down. So it is going to copy the formula, not exactly the value here in this case, because this contains a formula. If you click here, see, now this has taken the total of B3. This would be B3. This is 3 and this is B, and this would be C3. It will automatically handle all of these formulas. Okay, the another way of doing it would be, you can, the same thing, I can say Control C, or I can right click and I say copy, and I can click on all of this and I can paste it using Control V, or I can simply paste the formula. See, it does the same thing. Here, sorry, here is one more question I have, like, what happens that if I have, like, sales from let us say 1950 to 2020. So isn't that painful that I have to press so many times plus and the next one plus and the next one, like that? It is going to consume a lot of time. So there is a short way of doing that. So I'm going to get rid of this to explain you how to do that. Okay, how I simply selected all the columns and I have pressed delete button here. Okay, that would be another way. Would be I can select all of them and simply delete it. Okay, now let us come here and I say assume that we have not 2019 and only 2020, but we have lot of data from 1950 to 2020. Okay, so how do we do that? The other way would be simply we click here. Okay, there is a on this sum. When you click on this button, see, it will insert a formula called sum. So here I can give a range. I say sum of B2 to C2. So it could be B2 to C100 as well. It will not make a difference. What it will do, it will do the same thing again, but we don't have to define, we have to just define a range from this, from this cell up to this cell. Okay, and I can copy the formula here. The result would be same. I can, even if I want to know the entire sales for all the countries of 2019, there are two ways to do it. Okay, one is I can simply either click on this sum, which is a shortcut which will automatically create the formula, or the other way is I can, because I know the formula, I will say I press equal to and type SUM. See, and when you click sum here, you press tab, see, it is giving you some kind of information here. It is saying number 1 and number 2. So let us get into more detail about that. So how do I do that? I click on this, insert the function here. See, it is saying here, what is the sum? Still I'm not getting what does this mean. Let us assume that. So I'm going to click on help on this function. See, Microsoft explains about this function. See, the sum of function adds value. You can add individual value, cell reference, or a range, or a mix of all three. How do I do that? It says equal to sum of A2 to A10. You can also take multiple values. You can pick up values from cell A and cell B and add and bring it in one place. Okay, that would be that. So you can do necessary. They have also put, see, explained you in a video how to do that. You can try all of that. Okay, so the best place to look for all the formulas would be Microsoft documentation. Okay, so I am going to say my cell reference here. I can also enter it manually. I'm going to say equal to sum and start a bracket here, and I will say that sorry, my total should be of 2019 would be from, this is B and this is 2. So I can say B2 and a colon till B6. And I'm going to close the bracket and press enter. Now see, it has given me all the total from this. When I double click this, it is showing me the range from B2 to B6. Of course, I can do the necessary formatting for this, however way I want it. So I'm simply going to apply this to this cells and these cells, because we are going to update the cells as well. And the similar thing, I can simply, either I can repeat the sum formula here. So the short method would be I can simply copy that. Okay, but now this also looks like a data for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the format of this and apply the format to all of them. See, I will just mark it as total. Now I'm going to select this and I will say add commas. I don't need the decimal places and I need a dollar sign without any kind of decimal places. See, now this looks something which is very much readable. Okay, so try working on this, try to apply some kind of data uh, or add more data, like you can add more columns and things like that. Let us add here to make it let us take it one more step ahead. I want to create 2021 data between this. Okay, so what I am going to do is I'm going to simply right click on the top of the top here. See, and one way would be that I can select all of this and just drag it to the next column, but I don't want to do that because it will destroy, it will, like, destroy my formatting. I'm just going to click on the top, not here, but I'm going to click on the cell, so it will automatically, and then right click and I will say insert, so it will insert a column here. I'm going to add sales of 2021. Now I can add some kind of sales figure here. Let us add here, let us say 190. See, I've added this figure. So I'm going to simply copy the same formula of 2021 here. See, 969. It is the total. But this total is not right. So it is giving me some kind of error in the formula. So I'm going to click on that. It says update the formula to include the cell, because now this cell is not included. Initially we calculate the formula based on this and this. So if I double click, see, now if I double click this, or I see the formula, it is from B2 to BC2. So how can I extend it? I can simply extend it by pulling this here, or I can change it manually as D2 and I press enter. And I say do the same thing for all the columns as well. So you may have one or like more than one column, 10 columns, you can use this formula sum. And quickly, another thing would be I can change the color of the text using this. Let me say I want to mark the country name, country thing, to just make it, I can make it like this, and I can have a different color for each of the sales. Let me make it this one as red or some other color. This is your choice. Based on your requirement, you can do necessary adjustments to your data. Okay, and of course they have one more option. If you are not happy with the fonts you have, you can of course change the font. I'm going to see, I can also select the multiple columns. I want to change the font for the heading and the totals. Okay, so what I do is I hold the mouse button and I drag it and leave the mouse button. And before I select this column, I hold the control key and click and again drag it. See, now these columns and these columns are all selected. Okay, so what I am going to do here is, one thing is I'm going to change sorry, I'm going to simply change my font here. I can make it Arial or anything you prefer. Okay, it is up to you. I'm going to keep it now. I'm going to increase the size a little bit. So now it looks sales 2019, sales 2020, and sales 2021. And this is my total sales. and of course these are the entire sales of all the countries for all the years. This is for all the countries from 2019. This is the for all the countries for 2020. Okay, so try playing with all these things, whatever I have shown you. So this makes your spreadsheet look more impressive and readable. Okay, and you can mark it by different color or however you want it. Okay, try out those things. Of course you can increase the size of the columns. Let us say here I can go to the formatting option. I say row height. Now it is 18.5. Let me make it 25. See, 25. And if you remember, I already told you I am going to select all of this. I will say it is not at the bottom aligned. I want to make it in the middle. Okay, everything looks good. Okay, once you do that, you can of course click on the save button from here, or you can also click save from here, or the shortcut is hold the control and press S key. Okay, and I'm going to save it to some to my documents file, and I say Excel day1. Sorry, that would be day1. So try this out, guys. See you in the next session. Have a good day. Bye.